last piece of advice is the first few years of a child's life are the most formative in who they are going to become and their relationship with you. Children and families need their one-on-one time with each individual parent. I am going to share our morning routine and our nighttime routine because I do think that was part of those formative years that were really, really important to strengthening the relationship between me and especially my mom. My dad consistently left the house for work Monday through Friday. He would leave at 6 and get back at 6:30. So it was our mom that was at home. She was a stay-at-home mom, and I do understand that every family situation is different. But every school morning, I remember having my little Winnie the Pooh clock that gave me a sense of responsibility in charge of waking myself up even at 3-4 years old. I would wake up at 7 o'clock. I would go, and my brother also would go. We would crawl in bed with our mom, and from 7 to 7:30, we would watch an episode of Green Acres. And that was our time to wake up, be awake, but also wake up. And then from 7:30 to 8 o'clock, that was when our mom went to the shower. And we knew the expectation was we were supposed to go to the bathroom, get dressed, brush our hair, brush our teeth, and make sure our homework and our backpacks are all packed up and ready to go. So then between 8 and 8:10, our mom was back downstairs packing lunches, just the final checks. Did you brush your teeth? Did you pack this? Do you need this? Just the final checks before it was off to school. Our nighttime routine, I loved our nighttime, our bedtime routine. And I also think this is really where that comes into play, that my best friend was my mom. Because every night we would get into pajamas, we would brush our teeth, and then pick out a book, and she would read a book to me while laying in bed, and then, she'd leave, I'd go to bed, that kind of thing. But every single night it was my mom, and it was like that one-on-one time that I was talking about. And then my dad was over with my brother in his room doing that. Now, my one piece of advice would be, although that completely strengthened the bond between my mom and I would say probably alternate every other night if you want that kind of relationship with both parents. Now, I'm not trying to say anything bad about my parents, their parenting style, but if you want that, because I wouldn't say my dad was my best friend. Of course I loved him, but he wasn't my best friend. My mom was my best friend, And then like the once a week that they did do that, Dad just doesn't, he doesn't do the stories right, it's just different when you're a kid. And the routines and consistency that you're used to, Dad just doesn't do it the same. But anyways, those are a couple things, a little bit of insight into my childhood, of the experiences that I had growing up with some of the best people that I knew.